What's up? Welcome to another episode of WeeklyJow. So in this video actually I would like to talk about some things that I've been intrigued about, which is I've recently watched a lot of movies, and what catches the eye that if you really notice the area that the movie is taking place in, you really notice that there's something beautiful about it, which is if you like the architecture and you like the amazing buildings and amazing architecture, you will find a lot of things special, actually, especially in maybe Inception movie or The Matrix. So I'd like to speak about it in this video. I'd like to dedicate this all this video to it because I'm really intrigued about it. Hope you guys enjoy this video.
Okay, so architecture is the study of building design as well as the practice of designing buildings. Art and science collaborated in order to make structures that last for decades. So, as far as history goes back, art and science have always been interrelated structures. From the elaboration of Baroque movement to the geometric framework of modernism, architects found inspiration from art movements and translated them into large-scale habitable structures. So, many art movements that paved the way for modern-day architecture, looking into how architects borrowed from their characteristics to create their very own architecture compositions. I want to talk today about aesthetics, beauty, and the nature of these things, and to clear up what I think misconception about these things and about what this stuff is all about. There are many types of architecture, as we see here. We have high-tech, modernism, iconic, Ionic, Gothic, but I like to focus on the surreal architecture, which is which concerns the most on beauty and aesthetic and things that matters from looks. So, before I go, I'd like to discuss something with you guys, which is the quote for this man here. It's the quote says that less is more. The phrase "less is more" is not invented by Mies van der Rohe, which he is an architect, but it's often used by him. So the phrase, even if you are not a student of architecture, this phrase can be understood, guys. The phrase "less is more" means that having just the essential things is way more better than having so much superfluous things. It helps you to matter on what, or it helps you to focus on what matters the most. That's what it means. So, does it make us, do you think, guys, that it makes us more intelligent when we make things not even complex, but even more complicated? And does being able to explain the difference between them make you more intelligent? In fact, if you Google the two, complex and complicated, you'll find that complex refers to detail, while complicated refers to difficulty. Okay? Complex is more about how many layers and how many compositions a system has, while complex refers to while complicated refers to how many difficult something is. Okay? That's what it's all about. So, in the field of architecture, this phrase is seen as state of art. The principle describes that reduction describes a higher level of state. Like, the more we reduce the elements of something, it's clarified that it clarifies that thing and makes it more simple and more beautiful. That's the idea. And now I'm going to talk about an example, which is a movie, American movie. I think almost everyone will know it, will know this movie. It's this movie. So the movie is the American movie Her. Takes place in this man's house, actually. So the American movie follows the protagonist Theodore, who develops a romantic relationship with an AI called Samantha. So the English film's plot follows the protagonist being sad and lonely with his impending divorce looming overhead. Subsequently, his space around him actually reflects his identity. And the movie, as you see, very cleverly designed, sets the tone for the character. I think this is a good example for the phrase less is more. I think it's very shows very beautiful sights in his house. Now, moving to the next one, I want to talk about the Chocolate and Charlie Factory. I think almost this is a very famous movie too. As we see, the movie is a very child's dream and a nightmare. But I personally think it is a masterpiece as far as edible architecture goes. Based on the book Charlie and Chocolate Factory, the English film revolves around a boy, Charlie Bucket, and his family of 6, who goes from living under one almost dilapidated roof to owning the world's most sought after chocolatiers. Reflected in the architecture, if you haven't already watched the movie, trust me, you are missing out. As we see, the entrance in this picture appears as a chocolate factory. With one curtain everywhere, it has a red double doors, yellow walls, and brown space wherever Wonka is written. We have many spaces in this factory, which is entrance, chocolate room, chocolate river, field tunnel, and Wonka office, and more. As you see here. The next movie, if you're a fan of DC or this guy here, is called the Black Panther. A Marvel movie follows the nation of Wakanda, established 1,000 years ago, which is a third world country. This architecture in movies takes inspiration from Zaha Hadid. She's an Arabian architect. She's very famous too. So, from Zaha Hadid and project, and physically manifest elements of architect African culture, which is represented in its architecture. From materials to the modern blends of curves, the movie is most watched architects and design enthusiasts alike. The skyscrapers in Wakanda, Golden City, capital references traditional South African cottage that feature conical. That's what I wanted people to feel in the modern architecture, in the Black Panther. Very sensational, very curvy, no hard edges, and spaces feel both very large and warm at the same time. So the African country escaped colonization, this city escaped colonization, and instead developed a vibrant Afrofuturist, aesthetic and super empowered inhabitants who filled by miracle element called vibranium. Moving to the next movie. شوفي هون. So, this movie called Inception is actually a science fiction movie too. The idea that every team in the movie has a mission, and so that they can go and dream, and everyone can dream whatever he wants. And every team needs an architect to create their own way and to create whatever they want in the movie. Moving to the next one, which is The Matrix. He's the creator of The Matrix. Actually, I'd like to speak a little bit about this character. He's arguably giving life to all beings in the Matrix, including the agents and the machines. The architect is a highly calm, mysterious, and intelligent individual. He uses affluent vocabulary and which emphasize his infinity intelligence. He's also very racist towards humans. He's also extremely humorless and unemotional. He has no emotions. Nonetheless, he is also honorable and trustworthy, and was shown that he is capable of keeping promises. So that just I wanted to talk about his identity, and I really think it reflects the identity of every architect in this field. I would like to share with you my favorite line for the architect Le Corbusier. He's saying that I prefer drawing to talking, drawing faster and leaves less room for lies. Okay, thank you.
Thank you for watching this video, guys. Please, if you really like this video, hit that subscribe button and notification button. Tell me what you wanted me to speak about or to do in the next and previous videos. Hope you stay well and see you in the next video.